Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast, where it's all about getting real around all things coaching.
And what we know for sure is that what got you here won't get you there.
You can't see the spinach in your own teeth.
And finally, hang on, because this one's really deep. Once you realize that you are the traffic, everything makes complete and unadulterated sense.
Hey, Karen.
What's up, Jen?
I'm excited about today's topic because obviously you've given me a preview, and I think it's such a mind bender. So take us away.
I am here for mind benders. Why, Jen? Because I want people to think. I don't want people to overthink, but I want people to think. And the more that we were talking about self-love, the more that I thought, okay, hang on for a sec here, guys. It's not, I don't know, it's not about self-love, but it is about self-love. And if you think about it, right, love is an emotion. And the only people that create emotions for you are you. And I know, but think about that again, right? Love is an emotion, and the only person that can create your emotions is you. And sometimes, how, Jen, we talk about fuck the how. What I was thinking about would be a question like, okay, great, how do I love myself? And I think that that's where people get stuck because they think that there's a plan, right, from A through Z about how this actually happens. But what I think that, and again, guys, this is just my thoughts, that I feel like it's a moving target. And if you almost put the target away for a little bit, and, you know, you spend so long being your own worst enemy about trying to chase this elusive thing that keeps moving, it's like, what about if you just forgot about that moving target, that elusive target, and focused on loving your life? So take that in for a sec, everybody. What if you started to not focus as much on loving yourself, but what if you create so many experiences for yourself in your life that you actually love your life?
Oh, I think the ripple effect of that would be huge, right? So, and it's not like all of a sudden your lifestyle even changes. It's taking your life as it is and start to actually love your life, right? So what I mean is that often people will complain about different things. They complain about their commute. They complain about their coworker. They complain about the long line at 7-Eleven. There's just, they're complaining about the rising prices of gas. And it's not to say that there aren't real things that happen, but what you focus on expands.
Yep.
And if your thoughts are, everything's wrong, or I get the short end of the stick, or I hate my job, well, guess what? Everything will be wrong. You're going to get the short end of the stick, and you're going to hate your job. But what if you could actually sit back and think about all the things that are working in your favor in your life, no matter what your life is, right? So the people that are in it, the way you get to choose to spend your time, the way that you can think about things that are happening. And it's not always like a turn that frown upside down, but we all have different blessings, even when life is tough. So for me, I personally choose to say, wow, this is maybe not an experience that I would choose to have, but what am I learning? How am I growing? I'm taking things that are important to me to put meaning into it so that I can start to appreciate and love the situations that are happening because I'm a different person as I navigate them. I kind of went down a little course there, but it's just about thinking, I'm thinking many people might be saying, how do I love my life? There's a lot of things that don't work.
Yeah, but when you just said that, right? How is what you're doing now making you love yourself, right? So if you're stuck in the same patterns, right? How's that making you love yourself? If you keep trying to quote unquote fix yourself, how's that really loving yourself? So what you're trying to do is actually having the opposite effect of what you're trying to do. So by trying to love yourself, you bring up all those old thoughts that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and it gets in the way. So it's almost, here's the mind twist. How do you love yourself? By trying to stop loving yourself and by just being versus trying to do something. So, yeah, I think that, I don't know, I think that a good way for people to actually do this is just essentially to be, right? And I'm not saying just be and sit on the couch and do nothing, but if you can be more in the moment and be with the experiences that you have and create experiences, right? Spend time with people that you love, right? If you love being by yourself, great. Be by yourself. Love that. But also, what are the things that you want in your life that you're going to love?
Yeah. Yeah, just sort of thinking how this plays out. Let's say that somebody here is listening. They have a busy life. They might be a single parent. They have a few children to take care of, and they feel like no time is their own. And so a lot of times what happens is you get 10 minutes on the couch that you can just exhale. And it's, what are your thoughts in that moment? Is the thought like, oh my God, I can't believe I never get time to rest. My life is so busy. It's crazy. It's driving me nuts. Or do you sit there and go, whew, I love this stolen 10 minutes. It's going to refresh my mindset and help me make an amazing dinner that's going to be a little bit chaotic, but I love the chaos, right? So it's about taking the moment, being in the moment of where you are and not saying, I wish it could be different. I need it to be different. Why isn't it different? It's to say, what's perfect about this moment right now? I don't know. It's an interesting way to think about things. And it brings in things like gratitude, appreciation. It brings out really paying attention to the nuances of the experience and what you're gaining from it.
And it makes me think about, too, how do you want to just enjoy your life? Big things, little things, and stop focusing. It's like, I'm not going to sit here and think about me, right? And loving me per se, but I'm going to think about, okay, great. How are all the different ways that I'm going to enjoy my life, which will, like, those experiences, like, I don't need to think about me all the time. Right? And that self-love thing, I just want to go and create experiences and do things and be with people that are going to have like all that love incorporated into it.
Yeah. I think it's a great concept to think about. So part of this is, I guess your reflection points for this episode is, what is the correlation for you between self-love and loving your life? And if you could put energy into one of those two topics, which one would have the ripple effect that you're really looking for? Focusing on loving your life that then has you in the place of self-love for being the person who creates it and is in it? Or is it the other way around? Great question, Care.
Why, thank you, Jen. And again, I just think it's, how are you living?
Totally. How are you living? Yeah. Good.
Bye. Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to the Kickstart Your Coaching Edge podcast. Craving more in-depth discussions? Check out the Get Real Inner Circle with our no BS in-crowd of coaches.
Join live coaching discussions, breakdowns of coaching calls, and have some fun while you're at it.
You're going to want to go to kickstartyouredge.com/inner circle. It's time to get real.